kind of the family feel about maybe wanting to honor Damian with the way you guys played tonight?
Oh yeah, definitely. We definitely had Damian, our brother, in our thoughts. You know, it's been a tough couple days. You know, being with what he's going through. Obviously, as a group, you know, as a team, you know, we felt for him hard. You know, we tried to be. We actually didn't try. We were there for him as much as we can be. We're going to be there for him as much as we can be. So, you know, just being able to play this game, you know, honor for him and his father. You know, we tried to play hard and go out there and get the dub, and that's what we did. So we're still pulling for him, and we're just going to be with him, you know, as long as he needs us.
Tell us some of your thoughts on the game tonight. How you thought you played?
I think I did pretty well. Just happy we all went out there and played, showed a little bit more of what we can do.
What's the difference between the first exhibition to now? Because you guys looked like you were playing way more together tonight than you were against Missouri State.
I think we were just very excited to go out and finally play against other people for the first time in a while. And it just took some getting used to playing like that again. And I think we just showed like we're more comfortable now.
What was the messaging? Obviously, going into that first exhibition, Kyle was talking about defense, rebounding. What was he saying coming into this one?
Same thing. Just come in, play defense. If you're not hitting shots, just guard up and get stops, and that would carry over offensively.
What? You guys got about double the points tonight as you did Sunday. There had to have been some sort of difference offensively. Was it attacking? Was it just simply making shots?
I think it was just hitting shots. We were hitting shots, opening up the floor, getting to the hoop, just almost everything basically.
With Ugana, 9 block shots, I think, in these 2 exhibitions. That surprised you at all, the way he played?
No. He's very long, lengthy, he can jump, so I'm expecting him to keep getting blocks.
Does he do that in practice pretty regularly?
He gets blocks, but we try and make it hard for him to get those blocks. So,
does it change, I guess, the way that you play, knowing somebody like that is in the paint? Do you hesitate going in, or at least change the way you're gonna approach it?
I don't hesitate going in, but I'll be more selective on my shots, floaters, or just drive and get it to the big man down there.
Just play a little differently than you normally would.
Yeah. I think that's why we're so used to playing against other taller athletes, or if they're not as tall, and we could just attack them. And then it's hard for them to score on Ugana because there's nobody like Ugana on their team.
Do you think that's an advantage for you guys going into the regular season?
I mean, all the people on our team that can jump and how lengthy we are, there's no other team that's like us.
You know, the score doesn't really reflect it, but what are some of the ways that K-State challenged you guys?
They were very physical. We were, I think we're physical with each other, but they were pretty physical. We just had to get used to it and just go through them.
What are some of the difficulties of not having your full lineup? What are some of the ways that you guys have had to adjust?
People playing out of position. Like we have Chris playing at the 4. Usually he's 2-3, I'm 2-3, and just guarding different positions. But I think we're adjusting to that very well.
Is that helping to? Coach talked about seeing some things that you guys had never seen out there from that, guys playing in different positions. What are some of your thoughts on that?
That's true because, I mean, whenever I'm guarding the post, he's posting me up. I'm not used to guarding that, and that's just helping me in a way because I'm supposed to get around, and that just prepares me.
Does it feel good getting a couple exhibition games under your belt before the regular season?
I mean, in the Bahamas, that was a great time, but that wasn't really in front of, like, all of Big Blue Nation, like all the fans and everything. So being able to play the exhibition games in front of everyone, just getting used to the atmosphere, that's definitely a great feeling.
What's the biggest difference in this game than Sunday night?
What did you say?
What was the biggest difference in this game than Sunday?
I think we were hitting shots and just being able to play better defense.
Is that something you guys have been working on?
Definitely. Defensively, we've been working on that, and hitting shots, I don't know what happened yesterday. Not yesterday, but the other day we just couldn't hit shots.
Maybe jittery for the first time?
Definitely. I think we were just too excited.
Cal talked about your, adjusting to playing in a more off-ball role. All in high school, you were kind of on ball. How do you think that adjustment has been?
I think it's been pretty good because, I was used to just having the ball in my hands all the time in high school. I'd pass it, stand there, wait to get the ball back, but now I got to pass it, move, and it's just different.
He also talked about how, to stay on the floor, you're going to need to make shots, and you're starting, it seems like every time you're on the floor, you're hitting shots. What has that been like for you? How much confidence are you getting in that area?
Definitely boosts my confidence a lot. Just knowing my teammates will get the ball to me, and all I got to do is make the shot, and it just makes the hoop look wider. So I just keep shooting.
What area of your game do you think you've progressed on most since that Bahamas trip to now?
I think, like what he said, playing off ball. I wasn't really used to that, but knowing whenever a big gets a rebound, we get it to a guard, I just got to sprint up the floor and just open the floor up. And then if I get the ball, then I'm able to get to the hoop, kick it out, or just attack the rim, get a foul call, or finish.
Be long and tall as well, so we're still going to try to get into our own the sets that we usually get into, our own offense and things like that.
Does it benefit you going up against that now for those?
Oh yeah, definitely. How deep our team is, being able to play against each other is really what helps us out. Practice being able to play against athletes every day. That's what we're going to be playing against during the season. So especially in the SEC. So you're saying, you know what I'm saying? So I think that's good.
What are the challenges of not having Oscar and now not having Xavier and trying to find the roles that you're going to be in, but not having two major guys there?
I want to say two challenges. They're great players. So two of the challenges could be unlocking our full potential as a full team, missing that as a group. But, they're still vocalizing. They're still telling us stuff that we need to know. We're still learning from them off the court. But we are missing them on practice a little bit. But I feel as though we're going to take advantage of what we got for right now and just stay positive for the time being.
Does it put other guys maybe out of position? I imagine you'd be one of them. It kind of gets moved around when guys like that are out.
I think that's a good thing. Being able to, for me, being versatile and being able to put in different spots on the court, and also learn the offense from different perspectives and point of views. I think that's really good for me and other guys too. Other guys are being able to step up, get more experience, and that's what we're going to need, to make a deep run this season.
Who are some guys that maybe you talked about becoming more versatile while these guys are out? Who are some other teammates that may have done that? Like we saw Reeves, Antonio have to play on ball more. Casey playing on ball all the time right now. Who are some teammates that have benefited versatility-wise?
Definitely me. I would say, going from the 2 to 3 to 4. I'm playing the 4 a lot more often, especially with Oscar being out, being moved down, having Damian move down to the 5 sometimes and things like that. So, those are people that come to mind to do also. Mainly the wings are kind of affected by the change. So we're just going to keep learning and going as the season.
What was it like having your brother on the other bench?
Oh, it was fun. He was talking trash leading up to the game, talking trash during the game, so that was fun. I was glad to see him.
I know it sucks that he wasn't able to play, but just having him in the same gym as you, and I know it was the first time that you guys have been on opposing benches. How cool was that?
Oh, it was definitely cool. It's a definitely experience that I can remember for the rest of my life. Being he didn't play, but he's still an opposing team. Being in the same gym as him, competing against him and his team. That's going to be something special that I can always remember.
Chris, how has your comfort level grown just over the span of the preseason?
Oh, it's been huge. Especially since I played in the Bahamas. The nerves of being with the first college group of my career, the Bahamas really allowed me to get my feet wet. Alongside with the practices, the continuous 2-a-days or 1-a-day practices that I've been going at and learning from Cal every day. So I feel as though I'm really getting more comfortable, especially from being the first exhibition game to this game. You can see the comfort level rise. So I feel like that.
Yeah, and going back from that Bahamas trip to now, is there anything specifically on court that you've seen really progress?
I would just say me being more vocal and being more comfortable, my energy level picking up, things like that. So just more the intangible things that being able to, be seen more on the court when I play.
Like a much better flow for you guys out there tonight. How much more comfortable, was this kind of tempo compared to what you saw Sunday?
It was the comfort level we wanted that always. It was started with defense. The more stops we got, the more we got out and we were able to run, share the ball with each other, and we score a lot more points that way. So You know what I'm saying? It does hurt when you're not making a lot of jump shots from perimeter, the floor kind of feels clogged, things like that. But you can't always rely on making shots. You got to hang your hat on defense, and the more stops we get, the more we can get on the rim, the more we can run. And that's our style of basketball.
Antonio and CJ are hitting like that. Is that kind of what you see in a typical practice?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's like always guys, always on, especially those two. Amazing shooters. They can run, get out, fast break threes, and they can also get threes in the half court. So they're amazing, and it's good to have them on the team.
When you've got two guys that can do that, from each wing, what's that give you?
It allows for the defense to be more spread out. You know what I'm saying? Allows for more lanes to attack and drive. Having two great shooters like that, you can't really key in on. You can't double team or anything like that. So especially when one of them gets hot, the whole game is wide open. So
that maybe even gives you some looks. And do you like that corner shot?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. We got this team has a lot of guys that can spot up and shoot. I feel like we displayed that in the game today.
Lance talked a little bit about guys playing out of position and the team having to adjust and learning different roles that the players can play. And CJ playing well in pick and roll. How much have you learned about yourself in those situations?
Learning how to play, the big position, playing the four. I never played it before, but being able to run the plays at the four, I had to take 2 weeks of practice to really run the plays from that position. Learn what I got to do, the importance of it. It's definitely been a lot of switch-ups due to injuries on our team. So a lot of guys have just been experiencing that. But I feel as though it's adding more comfortability because a lot of guys are getting more minutes and more opportunities being with other guys being out. So I think that's good also.
Now, earlier someone mentioned about the physicality that K-State played with. What can you say about that?
Oh yeah, they definitely played physical, got up and down a lot. We had to match the energy, and I feel like we did. That's all we got up and down. We got a lot of fast break opportunities, a lot of more opportunities for us to score. So it was definitely a high energy, high intense, high physical game for them.
He's getting out here and seeming to get a little more comfortable.
Yeah, I see the same thing. Y'all see 10 rebounds, 11 rebounds. Free throws mental. I just went through the same thing, so maybe I could share some tips. I just try to take my time and just think positive things. But obviously shot blocking, he didn't block as many shots as the first game, but he still was a shot blocker. His presence is enough, to just be around the rim, and him doing that is great.
Chris had a much better game.
You guys played much more cohesively tonight than against Missouri Western. What was the difference going into this game?
We just watched film, watching film on the mistakes that we were making, and just even though we've been through a whole lot this whole week, team came in and we focused up the last few days and tried to come together, and watch film and take care of the stuff that we had to take care of.
Chris played a lot better this game as well from the first game. Did you all say anything to him to kind of get the jitters out of the way?
Yeah, Chris is a really, really good player, and sometimes he doesn't want to make mistakes, and then we're trying to emphasize that you're going to make mistakes. You're going to, in your whole basketball career, you're going to miss way more shots than you make. So once you realize that and you can play free and loose, like when I tell Chris, when he gets downhill, I love it. He shot the three and he made it. I said, oh, Chris, it's your time now. You made a three, now you play off that, play the game with them. And then I think he got in, and then he shot fake three, they jumped, he drove, it was and one, they didn't call it. And then he looked at me when we run down the court, I was like, just use that. So if he makes a three, that's green, that's icing on his cake. But when he plays downhill, it's unstoppable, so physical and so strong.
Lance, what's something that you have said or would say to Damian, just that you want him to know?
I've been talking to him a whole bunch, that we're here for him. Big Blue Nation's here for him. I'm here for him. Our team is here for him. And, it's not really much you can say. And that's the thing, is just the situation is so sad. And, just have to be strong for, him and his family, and, just support where I can.
Coach talked about some things that he took out of the playbook, so to speak, and had to adjust. How difficult is it not having your real lineup, so to speak, and having to adjust on some things?
That's life, man. You got to adjust. Some things you might have this plan in your mind, and you're going to do this and this and this and that, and then something happens and you got to adjust and you got to do this, this, and that. And, you know, just having a smart team and being able to, you know, have great coaches, being able to lead us in the right direction is, you know, makes it easier. And, you know, us coaching each other also makes it easier.
How much have you learned about, you know, this team from having to make those adjustments?
You know, that guys can play in different positions. You know, that guys are, you know, do things that you might not have seen because they were in a different position. So when you get into practice and you're playing different positions, you're playing off the ball, on the ball, on the mid post, on the wing, you know, it just shows you, oh, he could do that too. So, like CJ today, right, he made a lot of good passes. I'm gonna lie to you not, this might have been CJ's first time being a ball handler in a pick and roll. Like, I don't remember, like, setting ball screens for CJ. Like, I run dribble handoffs with CJ and, like, ghost screens with CJ, but we never, like, oh, okay, I'm gonna come set a screen for you, CJ. Like, that never happens. And then we did it today, and what did we find out? He could do it. So, stuff like that.
What does that say about him? Is that something you think he's always had, or he's just
he's
good
a
at
super
adapting?
good player. And I think that we took him, well, I personally took him for granted because he was out for so long, and I didn't know he was that good. I said, oh, I want to be out there with CJ. No knock to anybody, but, like, CJ, I did not know he was that good. And, like, it's not like he does anything spectacular. He just plays the game the right way.
I didn't know he could do the left-handed passes.
I didn't know either. I found that out right when you found that out. I said, oh, wow, that's a good pass.
Was that one of your better picks out there, or was that a flop at all? Or
the full court one?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it was a flop. I didn't hit him that hard.
Okay.
Not like how they do Savir. That's messed up, how they do Savir.
Yeah.
But it's all right. I ain't do buddy like that.
He hit the ground pretty hard. We could hear
he
it
did
up
his,
in the,
He did his hand.
He did the hands, the pro wrestling move?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Like, he just got RKO'd. He did the hand.
What have been your impressions of Ugonna, especially in these two exhibitions? 9 block shots.
Super long, athletic. Him being able to, you know, be coachable and be in the right positions. Obviously, he's going to make mistakes. The speed of the game might be a lot different for him, and just the style of play is different for him. But the fact that he's doing the stuff that, you know, got him here. So some people, they change up. If they're a shot blocker, oh, I'm in college now, I need to score. No, like, he's still doing the stuff that got him here, so blocking shots. So him being able to, you know, translate that, even though he might not be doing what he used to do offensively because he's still learning, or he's not catching lobs because, you know, he doesn't have his timing down yet. But him still being able to translate block shots, rebound, you know, it's great for him. And love the kid. He's a great kid, and he's just happy to be here, like the rest of us.
Does that you talking about?
Yeah.
Does he have like an Oscar feel to him? Because
I was
so excited about being here. You know.
Yeah, he's super excited. Like, you know, walk in, smile. He's just like Oscar. Like, why are you smiling? It's 6:30, 7 in the morning. Nobody's happy right now, you know. And he's just always smiling, always happy. I said it earlier. He's just like Oscar. Like, just a joy to be around because it's just. He brings the aura in the room. It just brings it out, you know.
What was your introduction to his shot blocking ability? Do you remember, like, going, oh my God, this guy?
I seen him whooping Oscar shot before Oscar was there. Put down the camera. I don't think he got me, but he got a lot of people.
So before Oscar got hurt, he was blocking Oscar?
Oh man, Oscar wasn't taking jump hooks. Ugo was sending it to the wall all the time. He was I ain't gonna tell y'all that. I'm gonna tell y'all.
What was Oscar's reaction?
Yeah.
Put him underneath the basket and lay it out.
So you just started burying it?
Yeah, he just started burying him.
I assume that's great for both those guys.
I mean, because
it cuts both ways in terms
absolutely. Because Oscar, when he plays against bigger opponents like last year, I mean, he still, and this sounds crazy, he still had 15, 20 rebounds, but it just wasn't.
Score as
it wasn't score as easy. But now that, you know, I'm not 7 foot, so I can't provide that for Oscar. But Ugo being here and him being able to provide that for Oscar is just had benefits to our team. And I love our team because we're so competitive at each and every spot. It just makes for great practices.
Do you feel like this time where guys like you and everybody else that, you know, obviously Oscar's going to take up a bunch of minutes when he plays, and Samir's going to take up a bunch of minutes. Damian, these minutes that other guys have gotten to show what they can do, to also show themselves what they can do, only makes the group stronger once everybody is back at full strength?
Yeah, no, I mean, like I said, like, this was us playing. We, you know, coach, I'm at the position right now where I have to play more minutes. Me and Ugo are splitting the minutes. We know Oscar's National Player of the Year. Like, when he's back, you know, some stuff is going to change. And, you know, Savir, when he's back, stuff is going to change. We know that, but I play my role. Like I said so many times, I know my role, that doesn't mean our role can't change, and like it changed, you know, for these few games or however long. I don't know what Oscar's timeline is, but you know, him coming back adds 15-20 rebounds to the game. So
it seemed like for you tonight, it looked like your confidence in the changes in your body is sort of manifested in the way
Oscar gave me a good
a
little pregame speech. He gave me a good pregame speech.
Which was what?
He said, bro, act like there's nobody out there, bro. He said, just play, just play. I said, okay, I got you.
Did you feel though? I mean, physically, like you could kind of impose?
Yeah, I'm 230 now, so last year I was like 220 maybe. So 10 pounds is a lot of weight, and you know, just being strong and confident helps.
Did you injure that guy on the screen? I think.
No, yeah, we talked about it. He did the WWE. He's floppy. His hands on the ground and stuff.
How easy is it to change a role like that? Kind of, you got to flip a switch, or is it pretty easy for you to be able to do something?
No, I'm ready to wake up every morning and attack the day. Coach, what do I have to do? You got to do this today, Lance. All right. Put my boots on, put my shoes on, put my hard hat on, and do what I got to do. Handyman.
Are you one of the people that kind of wraps your arms around people on this team when what happened Tuesday happened?
Yeah, I mean,
hold people up?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard. Situations like that are so sad. But as a whole, you know, we lifted Damien up, and his family came and, you know, gave his mom a huge hug. Because like his mom and his dad, they were, you know, sweet people. Mom's a great lady, dad's a great man, and just, you know, something like that, just unfortunate, and it just, you know, it sucks and it's sad. But Damien knows that 1 through 15 and all the coaching staff and everybody's here for him, you know, whenever. Situations like that, you know, do what you have to do. You know, that's something personal, and how you want to handle that, you know, some people might want to be left alone, some people might want to be hugged, and, you know, but whatever Damien wants, all of us are here for him.